Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Be the One live stream as we finish the last 30 minutes of the Community Foundation of Sarasota County's Giving Challenge. I'm Michelle Olson, Development Manager, along with my colleague Bernice Pelea, Program Manager for Sarasota, Manatee, and DeSoto counties. Over the next 30 minutes, we're going to share how some additional residents are working with the Alzheimer's Association to be the one in the fight for a world without Alzheimer's and all other dementia. To start, we'd like to thank the Community Foundation of Sarasota County for offering the 2022 Giving Challenge. We're in the last 30 minutes of this exciting 24-hour giving event that connects nonprofit organizations with the community to build relationships, support diverse causes, and create enduring impact in Sarasota, Manatee, Charlotte, and DeSoto counties. We also want to thank the Patterson Foundation for matching donations during this Giving Challenge. There's still time to double your impact. This is a wonderful opportunity to make your donation go further to impact Alzheimer's in our community. If you have a Walk to End Alzheimer's team in Sarasota, or your longest day event is in one of these participating counties, your funds can be credited to your team or event. We'll be placing a link to our Giving Challenge page for anyone who would like to participate. Bernice, do you mind sharing more about how Floridians are joining the fight?
Thanks, Michelle, for getting us started today. Yesterday, we heard from residents of Sarasota, Manatee, Charlotte, and DeSoto counties who are being the one in their community in different ways. Some joined the Alzheimer's Association to provide community education and support. Other residents courageously shared their personal stories with the media so others would know they are not alone. And while still others helped to guide community conversations and access to information in order to understand service gaps and increase access to needed services. Today, we're going to share how residents have become the one in their communities through advocacy and research. Plus, we'll share a few of our concern and awareness initiatives. Each year, we host Rally and Tally and a forum in Washington, D.C. At these events, Floridians share their stories with their elected officials while educating about proposed legislation. Let's take a look at a clip here with Deb Job, a member of our National Early Stage Advisory Council, speaking at Rally and Tally in 2021.
Hi, my name is Deb Job, and I want to share a little bit about my story and also talk a little bit about Rally and Tally and advocacy and how important it is and how important your voice is. I was diagnosed with a younger onset dementia about 2 years ago. I'm 54 years old now. It was life-changing, and our world, again, was just turned upside down with this. So that is one of the reasons why I became an advocate. Is all of a sudden I'm facing something, and my husband's facing something as a care partner that we just in our wildest dreams thought we never would. And so I started my journey with the Alzheimer's Association, and I went to Rally and Tally. Oh my goodness, it was amazing. It was empowering. It was uplifting. What it made me realize as an individual facing this is that I'm not alone, that there are so many of us, all different ages, that are facing Alzheimer or related dementia. And not only does it impact us, it impacts those that care for us as well. So what Rally did for me was showed me I have a voice, and it means something. It makes a difference. I met with legislators. By sharing my story, there were legislators that had people within their family that were touched, or had a direct relative. So you find out how important it is for them as well for you to share your story. They start to open up, and you put a face on it. There's a human element that's brought to it. So it made me realize my voice is heard. The individuals that were there were amazing. The solidarity, the support, it made it, again, just such a truly, truly powerful experience. So one thing you realize is you are not alone. We've accomplished so much. We have so much more to accomplish. Being an advocate is so important and so critical. I don't know how many people really realize that it is the nation's sixth leading cause of death. There are 5 million of us that are impacted, and over 16 million individuals caring for people like us. That is a lot of people. And imagine the cost of that, the cost of research, the cost of bringing drugs to the market, the cost of hospital care, of long-term care, the stress on our caregivers. All of this, and advocating and bringing that voice to the public, to our legislators, it makes a difference. Again, the legislation that we're able to bring, the funding that has come out of it, the dementia director position that came out recently, that is all because of what we do as advocates. We've accomplished so much. Our voices led the way. Your voice can make a difference. Your voice is critical. Your voice is powerful. Imagine what we can do and accomplish next. So I hope you'll join us and advocate for yourself or a family member or the masses of us and the care partners. Thank you.
That is such a powerful video. I had the privilege of joining Deb at Rally and Tally in 2020 before COVID. And it was truly a transformative experience for me to hear Deb's story as she spoke with our elected officials in Florida. And Deb has been a constant source of support for others in Sarasota and elsewhere who have been touched by dementia. And on a personal note, Deb has been instrumental in my own learning about early or younger onset dementia, which affects people under the age of 65. So thank you, Deb, for being the one. This week, earlier on Monday, we hosted a virtual town hall featuring U.S. Congressman Vern Buchanan of Florida Congressional District 16. We discussed the need for equity in Alzheimer's clinical trials, as well as equity among clinical trial staff. While the congressman may represent the Gulf Coast of Florida, his jurisdiction reaches the nation. As a member of the House's Ways and Means Committee, the congressman's work not only affects the over 500,000 Floridians battling Alzheimer's disease, but also the over 6 million Americans nationwide. For us to truly put an end to Alzheimer's, we need equal representation in current and future dementia research. So thank you, Congressman Buchanan, for your support and for being the one to take on this important issue. The Alzheimer's Association is, in fact, the largest nonprofit funder of Alzheimer's research. We're committed to accelerating the global progress of new treatments, preventions, and ultimately a cure. At every moment of every day, researchers around the world are working to end Alzheimer's. Here's a clip to tell you a little bit more. So as the video just showed, at any given moment, research is happening all over the world. But we can't do this without all of you. Together, we can be the ones to help fund research, or we can be the ones to participate in research. It's only through research that finding the cure is truly possible. For more information about participating in research, visit trialmatch.com. TrialMatch is a free online tool that connects or matches individuals, be it living with Alzheimer's, caregivers, to healthy volunteers, and connects them to clinical trials. By participating in clinical research, you can help be the one to accelerate progress and contribute to a world without Alzheimer's and other dementias. You can find more information about TrialMatch in the link that we provide during this live stream. In March of every year, we release our annual Alzheimer's disease facts and figures report that contains an updated account of Alzheimer's and dementia on individuals, caregivers, and the nation's health system. I have to say that for any of you who are a dementia nerd like myself, this report is the resource for me when it comes to Alzheimer's and dementia. I read it every year and learn something new each and every time. And it happens to be a very easy to read and well-written report. For this year, the facts and figures included a report that examined the challenges that physicians and the American public face in understanding and diagnosing mild cognitive impairment, or MCI, which is characterized by subtle changes in memory and thinking. It's estimated that about 10 to 15% of individuals with MCI do go on to develop dementia each year. To learn more about this report, please go to the link added to this live stream. It's a wonderful report. Admittedly, I am biased. For me, given the number of people this disease impacts in our communities, the report reminds me again and again how important it is to have open conversations about memory loss and dementia. These conversations are important. So we're encouraging families to have conversations with one another and to have conversations with their healthcare providers. In fact, we're working on a number of initiatives to help increase conversations in the home, within healthcare settings, and in our communities more broadly. Let's take a look at one of these initiatives. I hope by watching it, you will be inspired to start a conversation in your community.
My husband is having trouble changing the channel on the remote.
I tried making my famous chicken recipe, but confused the steps.
My dad is trailing off in the middle of his sentences.
So related to this, in terms of knowing the warning signs, the final initiative is our All-Star Challenge that I'd like to talk to you about. As I mentioned yesterday, Florida is at the epicenter of the Alzheimer's epidemic in the US. That's why we're collaborating with the Florida Department of Elder Affairs and other organizations on a statewide public health initiative. We're working to have all Floridians learn a little bit more about the warning signs of Alzheimer's and the resources available in their communities. But we can't do this without you. Like most public health initiatives, it takes a village to make an impact. And it's going to take all of us working together to raise awareness. So go to allstars.org and become an All-Star today. Once you become an All-Star, share your new All-Star status with the people around you. Give your All-Star Completion Award to your employer and share it on Facebook. Add it to your LinkedIn profile. And challenge the people around you to also become an All-Star among your family, at your house of worship, or even at work. Go to allstars.org and become an All-Star today. Here you see John Yaris, a resident of Sarasota who accepted the All-Star Challenge. He also happens to be one of our dedicated volunteers and facilitates our younger onset support group. Thank you, John, for being an All-Star. Next, I'd like to share a clip from two of our amazing volunteer support group facilitators, Pam Green and Jan Hauk.
Or have that focus.
Yes. And sometimes we don't know we're the one until they circle back to us and say,
That's
boy,
true.
you've made such a difference. So it's an honor for both Jan and I. to be the one in our community, because, there by the grace of God go I, and we could be in a similar situation. And
we often hear this from our volunteers. They have no idea or are surprised by the impact they have in their own community. Yet we have the honor of seeing it. And we hope that we've given you a tiny peek into what is happening, not only here, but all over Florida. I want to thank you to all of our volunteers for being the one. Together, we become a force multiplied in communities in order to end Alzheimer's. So come join us. Let me now turn this live stream back to my colleague, Michelle, so she can tell you more about the Walk to End Alzheimer's.
Thanks, Bernice. The Walk to End Alzheimer's is held annually in more than 600 communities nationwide, and it's the largest fundraiser for Alzheimer's care, support, and research. This inspiring event calls on participants of all ages and abilities to join the fight against this disease. It's free to participate, and we'll be including the registration link in the chat below. Here's a quick video to tell you a little bit more.
Flowers are fighters. That's why the Alzheimer's Association Walk to End Alzheimer's is full of them. Because flowers find a way to break through. Just like we will. Join the fight at alz.org/walk.
We are so excited to announce that we have already raised over $3,500 in the last 24 hours. Thank you so much to everyone that has supported us during this challenge. If you haven't donated yet, there's still a few minutes left in the links in the chat. We want to again thank the Community Foundation of Sarasota County for offering the 2022 Giving Challenge. We also want to thank the Patterson Foundation for matching donations during this Giving Challenge. We hope that you took a moment to double your impact. This is a great opportunity to make your donation go further to impact Alzheimer's in our community. If you have a Walk to End Alzheimer's team in Sarasota, or your longest day event is in one of these participating counties, your funds can be credited to your team or event. Bernice has some additional thank yous to Floridians who are joining us in this fight.
Thanks, Michelle. So over the past 2 days, we heard from residents of Sarasota, Manatee, Charlotte, and DeSoto who are being the one in their communities by joining with the Alzheimer's Association to provide education, support, and advocacy. Some residents are being the one by courageously sharing their personal stories with the media so others know that they are not alone. Other residents help to guide community conversations and access to information in order to understand service gaps and increase access to needed care and support. And still others are being the one by participating in research. So we invite each of you to be the one in your communities. Join us to fight for a world without Alzheimer's and other dementias. Thank you so much for joining us today.